All right, kids, lesson 9, level 6. Choose your own adventures. Let's do B movies. Very, very similar to the Forbes global companies. We are searching for duplicates. So let's go up and set this one up. But it gives us a chance to kind of review objects and arrays of objects and how that works. So here's my data set. I'm not worried about the movie runner. That's where I'll come back and kind of call the check for duplicates method and print the results. So here is my movie database. And there is a private instance variable that is an array of movie data. And the movie data, that array contains movie objects. And so the movie objects, each of the movie objects contain 3 data fields, if you will. Each one has a name associated with it, a runtime associated with it, and a rating associated with it. So there are getters for each of those that I can get them, and there is a toString method that will print out the name, the runtime in minutes, and the rating. So in the movie database, again, we need to create that array, and that is done in the constructor. So in the constructor, to create a movie database object, we pass along the name file, the runtime file, and the ratings file. And again, there is a create movies method that we pass those 3 files to, and that create movies method is going to return a movie database object, which is a movie array. So how do we do this? So here's the method, create movies, and we're passing it the name file, runtime file, and rating file. And it's going to return a movie array. So the name file is turned into the names data array. The runtime file is turned into the runtime data integer array. And the rating file is turned into the ratings data double array. There is also a temporary array that is set up to hold only movie objects, and the length of that array is the same as the length of any of those other files up there, the name file, runtime file, or the rating file. And what we do is we loop from 0 through 1 less than the length of the movie file, and we set each index equal to a new movie object. And then movie object has a corresponding name data, runtime data, and rating data. So the initial, the first object, or object 0, will have Jurassic World, runtime of 124, and a rating of 6.5. The next one, which is index 1, will have Mad Max Fury Road, runtime of 120, and a rating of 7.1. So that's how that works. Now let's go back to the movie database. Let's scroll down here and see if we can find duplicates. So we need to use a nested loop to traverse the 1D array movie data and the get runtime method in the movie class to check if there are duplicate runtimes. So for int outer, that will start at 0. And outer will always be less than the movie data length minus 1. In other words, I don't want to go all the way up to 1 less than the movie data length because I'm going to get an error then for my inner loop. And then I want to increment the outer by 1 every time. And curly brace, go to the next line, and then here's the inside loop for int inner will equal 0. I want my inner, not 0, outer, and I want my inner to always be less than the movie data dot length. And that's okay to be the length, because what I don't want to have happen is have outer and inner be equal to each other. So I'm trying to space them apart. And then I want to increment my inner by 1. And similar to what we did in the last one, if, and then I want to get the movie data outer get run time, if that is ever equal to, I'm going to copy this to save some typing, if that is ever equal to movie inner get runtime, then what I want to do is I want to return true. Else, I want to return false. So that is how I check for duplicates. So let's go to our movie runner, provided I don't have any spelling errors. I want to call the check for duplicates method, and I want to print the results. So it's already going to print out the movies. And I'm just going to, let's see, I'm going to go system.out.println. Are there duplicate run times? There you go. And then I just want to return movies. Oops. Try that again. Movies dot check for duplicates. So let's see if it works. It'll either work or it won't work. And I'll fix the errors. Yep, see. I've been making a bunch of like spelling errors, but let's see. Get run time. I have a feeling that should be get run times, but let's check what that is. So in the movie class, there is a get name, it's not a capital T, it's a lowercase t in the get runtime. So I probably messed that up in a couple places. So that should be a T, and that should be a lowercase t, get run time. Let's try this now, see what happens. All right, so it printed out all the movie. It gets all of this stuff. All of that stuff comes from the movie toString method. So there's the toString method. It prints out the name, in parentheses the runtime in minutes, and then a rating at the end. So the intern, 121 minutes, 7.1. And are there duplicate runtimes? It came back as true. And so I know there's 120 minutes there. I think my guess are probably there's 121 minutes and 121 minutes. So that's working out well. Let's run the test. Make sure the test worked out okay. Crushing it.